Hey, Julie here, coming in live. Have something I want to talk about. The topic here is the most exhausting thing I've ever done was fight myself. So I want to share something with you that took me years to understand. And again, the most exhausting thing I've ever done wasn't raising stepkids, although that was very challenging. And it wasn't working, right? It wasn't running a business. It was fighting myself. Okay, let me explain. And the crazy thing is, I didn't even realize that I was doing it. I thought I was being responsible, right? I thought I was being mature. I was being an adult, right? I thought I was being a good wife. I thought I was being a good partner, a good woman. But what I was really doing, I was arguing with my own truth. And if you're here live, say hello. Thanks for joining me. So what I was really doing was arguing with my own truth. So if you've ever found yourself saying something like, it's not that bad, or I can handle it, or I just need to try harder, or I shouldn't feel this way, or I should be grateful, then this conversation is for you, okay? Because so many women have spent decades dismissing what they know, what they feel, and what they want. And eventually, that catches up with us in so many ways. Now, for years, back in my marriage, I wasn't happy, right? It wasn't all the time, though. It wasn't like every day. Hey, Christine. Hey, good to see you. And it wasn't that I was unhappy every day, right? But it was often enough that something inside of me kept trying to get my attention. Okay. And every time it did, I pushed it away. Okay. I told myself, you just need to make this work. I mean, my parents were married for 44 years. I need to make this work, right? Or you've made a commitment. You got to stick to it. Or don't be selfish, right? Or don't be difficult. Or don't ask for too much. That was a big one. And I had spent so many years being a people pleaser that I didn't trust my own feelings anymore. I wasn't worried. Well, I was worried, actually. I was worried I would sound needy. That was a big one. Or demanding, or ungrateful, or let's be honest, a bitch. Okay? So instead of listening to myself, I argued with myself over and over and over again. Now, I think many women are doing this every day without even realizing it, right? You feel exhausted, but you tell yourself to push harder. You feel hurt, but you tell yourself, I'm too sensitive. Or you want something different, but you tell yourself you should be grateful for what you have. I know I did that many, many times. Or you feel resentment building, but you convince yourself everyone else matters more. And every feeling that comes up immediately gets shut down. Not by somebody else, but by you. And after years of doing that, we wonder why we feel so disconnected from ourselves. Well, how could we not? We spent decades telling ourselves that our truth isn't valid. There's a saying, and I'm sure you've heard it, what we resist persists. And I believe that's true because feelings don't disappear when we ignore them. They just wait. And then they get louder. And then they show up as resentment or exhaustion or overthinking or tension in the body or trouble sleeping or trouble staying asleep. Okay? And a feeling that something is missing because some part of you is still waiting to be heard. Okay, now I always want to give you something you can take away. Okay, so here are 3 things that you can practice. Number 1, stop arguing with your feelings. Now, you don't have to agree with them and you don't have to act on them. Just stop immediately trying to prove them wrong. That will help so much. So if you're hurt, you're hurt. If you're tired, you're tired. If you're disappointed, you're disappointed. Let it be true. Let that be true, okay? The second thing, get curious instead of judgmental of yourself, okay? Instead of saying, I shouldn't feel this way, try, I wonder why I'm feeling this way, right? The first one creates shame. The second one creates understanding and an opening. The third thing, tell yourself the truth, okay? Even if it's only in your journal or in the shower while you're crying, even if nobody else ever hears it, just practice being honest with yourself. Because the relationship you're trying to rebuild is the one that you have with you. So, in closing, I think one of the greatest acts of self-love is learning to stop making yourself wrong. And I say this to my clients all the time. Stop making yourself wrong. Stop fighting every emotion. Stop arguing with every desire that you have. Stop trying to convince yourself that everyone else's needs matter more than yours. Because healing isn't always about changing yourself. Sometimes it's about listening to yourself. It's about believing yourself. And sometimes it's simply about saying, hey, this is how I feel, period. Okay? And allowing that to be enough. That's huge, actually. So I would always love to hear from you. I don't want to, you know me, I don't want to be the talking head. I'd love to hear what you think, okay? So what is one feeling or maybe one desire or a truth that you've been arguing with inside of yourself lately? Because I know there's something. So just acknowledging it is the first step, right? But I'd love to hear from you. Share below this video or in the comments and let me know if you're comfortable doing that, okay? That is all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful Monday evening. Much love to you.